Title: Cardi B melts to tears crying face after Stefon Diggs' mind-blowing surprise. It all started on a quiet Sunday evening in Los Angeles, the kind of night where the city hums with distant car horns, camera flashes, and whispers of celebrity gossip. Cardi B had just wrapped up an exhausting studio session for her highly anticipated new album. Her voice was raw, her energy spent, and her heart quietly heavy with the pressures of fame. But little did she know, that very night was about to become one of the most unforgettable moments of her life. Rose a mysterious invitation. When Cardi walked into her dressing room, she found an envelope on the mirror, gold foil, sealed with a crimson wax stamp in the shape of a football. Confused, she tore it open and read aloud, her Bronx accent filling the room. "Meet me where the stars touch the ocean. SD water wave sparkles." At first, she laughed, thinking it was some elaborate PR stunt. But her assistant swore she hadn't placed it there. Then it clicked: Stefon Diggs. Cardi had met the Buffalo Bills wide receiver months earlier at a charity gala in Miami. Their chemistry had been undeniable: playful banter, late-night laughs, and genuine warmth that caught both of them by surprise. Still, she'd assumed it was just friendship. She was focused on music, he was locked into the season grind. So why now? Why the secret message? Gemstone: the hidden journey. Curiosity 1. Cardi slipped into a sleek black outfit, pulled her hair into a high ponytail, and hopped into her Maybach. The driver had already been instructed: no questions, just follow the coordinates. The ride stretched along the coast until she reached Malibu. There, under the moonlit sky, a private pathway led down to a candlelit section of the beach. The waves shimmered with reflected gold light, and the air carried the faint scent of roses. Then, from the shadows, Stefon Diggs emerged. He was dressed casually: jeans, a white shirt, sneakers, but his presence was electric. The calm confidence of an athlete, mixed with the tenderness of a man on a mission. "Red Heart: the emotional confession. Cardi," he began, his voice steady but emotional, "you've been through so much, and yet, you still shine. You bring laughter, chaos, and love wherever you go. You told me once that you're always the one surprising people. Well, tonight, I'm flipping that script." He stepped aside, revealing a large screen set up against the rocks. With a single click, a video began to play, a montage of unseen moments. Clips of Cardi performing on stage, intercut with Stefon cheering in the crowd in disguise. Behind-the-scenes moments from her charity work with young women, work he'd secretly helped fund. Heartfelt testimonials from fans around the world, thanking her for being fearless, for being real. Tears welled up in Cardi's eyes as she covered her mouth. She'd never seen herself through someone else's lens like this, not filtered through fame or gossip, but pure admiration. Then came the final scene, a slow-motion video of Stefon holding a microphone on an empty football field, saying, "Cardi B, you changed how I see love, loyalty, and courage. You make the world feel bigger and brighter. This is just my way of saying, thank you for being you." Bouquet: the surprise that broke the internet. As the video faded, fireworks exploded over the ocean, bursts of red, gold, and purple lighting up the night. The waves caught the colors, painting the water in flames of brilliance. And right in the center of it all stood Stefon, holding a small velvet box. Cardi gasped. "Wait. What is this?" He laughed softly. "Relax, Belcalis. It's not what you think. Not yet." Inside the box was a diamond-studded bracelet engraved with the words, "No more crying alone. SD." Cardi's tears spilled freely now. She hugged him tightly, her body trembling with emotion. "I can't believe you did all this," she whispered. "Nobody's ever seen me like this before." He smiled and wiped a tear from her cheek. "You deserve peace, not just applause." Crescent Moon fans react, social media erupts. Unknown to Cardi, several drones were quietly capturing the event from above, not for paparazzi, but part of Stefon's plan. Hours later, her team uploaded an edited version of the surprise to her official Instagram and TikTok. Within minutes, the internet exploded. At Hip-Hop Insider, Cardi B crying on the beach while Stefon Diggs confesses his heart. We're witnessing history. At NFL Fanatic, Diggs with the most romantic play of his career loudly crying face fire #Cardi and Stefon. At Barty Gang, he didn't just give her jewelry. He gave her peace. That's real love. By morning, #Cardi and Stefon was trending worldwide. Even Offset, surprisingly, dropped a cryptic tweet, "When love is real, you can't fake it." Respect. Revolving hearts the morning after. Cardi woke up in Stefon's Malibu home, wrapped in his hoodie, her face still swollen from crying. She opened her phone to thousands of messages, celebrities, fans, even her mom sending heart emojis. Stefon walked in with breakfast, pancakes shaped like hearts, strawberries, and a note tucked under the plate. "This isn't about the world watching. It's about me seeing you. Every version. Even the ones you hide." She looked up at him, eyes glistening again. "Stefon, you really did it this time. You broke me down in the best way." He grinned. "Good. Now it's my turn to build you back up." A new chapter. Weeks later, Cardi was seen at one of his games, wearing his jersey, sitting front row, clapping wildly every time he made a catch. Cameras caught her blowing him a kiss after his touchdown. And when reporters asked if she and Stefon were official, she simply smiled and said, "Let's just say, he made me believe in surprises again." Glowing star epilogue, the power of healing. Behind the glitz, the jewelry, and the viral headlines, what truly mattered was something deeper, two souls finding light after chaos. Cardi had spent years giving herself to the world, now, for once, someone had given something back. And as she watched the sunset over the Malibu waves weeks later, bracelet shimmering on her wrist, she whispered softly to herself. "For the first time, I don't need to perform. I just need to feel." And somewhere in the distance, Stefon's voice carried through the breeze. "You're not alone anymore, Belcalis." Title: Cardi B melts to tears crying face after Stefon Diggs' mind-blowing surprise. The night was supposed to be ordinary, a private dinner party in Los Angeles celebrating Cardi B's latest fashion collab. Cameras were flashing, champagne glasses were clinking, and her smile was as radiant as ever. But beneath that fierce confidence, Cardi had been silently battling emotions she rarely let the public see. Between balancing motherhood, career pressure, and the unpredictable ups and downs of her relationship with Offset, her heart was heavy. Stefon Diggs, the Buffalo Bills star receiver, had become one of her closest friends in recent months, a surprising friendship that started after they met at a charity gala in Miami. What began as playful banter over cocktails turned into late-night FaceTimes, shared laughter, and a deep emotional bond. Stefon saw a side of Cardi that the world didn't, not the fire-spitting rapper or the fashion icon, but the woman who longed for peace, loyalty, and a genuine connection. A hidden friendship turned unspoken love. For months, fans speculated something was brewing between Cardi and Stefon. They were spotted at the same events, sometimes arriving separately but leaving moments apart. Yet, both denied anything romantic, calling it just friendship. Behind closed doors, however, Stefon had fallen deeply for her. He admired her resilience, her humor, and the way she cared fiercely for her kids despite the chaos of fame. When Cardi confided in him about feeling emotionally drained and unsure of her next step, Stefon knew he had to do something extraordinary. Something that would remind her that she was more than headlines and drama, that she was loved, appreciated, and worthy of peace. So he planned a surprise, one that would shake the internet and touch Cardi's heart forever. The grand setup. A week before the surprise, Stefon secretly contacted Cardi's team and family. He told them his plan, a private evening where she could let go, away from cameras, surrounded by genuine love. Everyone agreed, it was time someone gave her the kind of surprise she was always giving others. On the night of her fashion collab celebration, just as Cardi thought the event was wrapping up, the lights dimmed. Confused, she looked around as a giant screen descended from the ceiling. Her sister Hennessy smiled knowingly while Offset, who was present but keeping his distance, watched curiously. Then, the screen lit up. "This is for you, Belcalis." Stefon appeared on screen, wearing a tailored black suit, standing in the middle of what looked like a beautifully decorated rooftop filled with red roses, candles, and a soft gold glow. His voice, deep and calm, echoed through the hall. "Belcalis, you've given the world your energy, your laughter, your tears. But tonight, I wanted to give something back to you." Everyone fell silent. Cardi covered her mouth, her eyes glistening. The video continued, a montage of her career highlights, her first Grammy win, her daughter Culture's birth, her viral moments that made millions laugh. Then it transitioned into clips Stefon had personally collected, fans from around the world thanking her for inspiring them, her team sharing emotional messages, and her mother's voice saying, "We're proud of you, mi hija." By the time the video ended, tears were streaming down Cardi's face. But Stefon wasn't done yet. The moment that broke the internet. Just as the applause began, the screen faded again, and suddenly, the rooftop from the video appeared live on the projector feed. A helicopter camera revealed Stefon standing there in real time, waiting, holding a microphone and smiling softly. "Cardi," he said, "come upstairs." The crowd gasped. Cardi's team guided her to the rooftop, where Stefon stood surrounded by thousands of red petals shaped into a heart. The air smelled like jasmine and the city lights shimmered below. Music began to play softly, Alicia Keys, "If I Ain't Got You." Stefon looked her in the eyes. "I didn't bring you here for the cameras or the world. I brought you here because you deserve peace, Belcalis. You deserve people who see you, not the fame, not the name, just the woman who loves hard and fights harder." Cardi couldn't hold back anymore. She burst into tears, covering her face as Stefon gently held her hands. "You've been strong for everybody," he continued. "Now it's time somebody be strong for you." The unexpected gift. Then, out of nowhere, a small box was placed in front of her. It wasn't a ring box, not yet, but something different. When she opened it, inside was a diamond-encrusted bracelet engraved with her children's names, Culture and Wave, along with the words, "Forever your strength." Cardi looked up, speechless. "You always said your kids keep you going," Stefon said softly. "Now wherever you go, they'll always be with you, shining." Cardi hugged him tightly, sobbing against his chest as the crowd below erupted in applause, recording the moment that would dominate headlines for weeks. Social media explodes. Within minutes, clips of the rooftop surprise spread across social media. #CardiandStefon began trending worldwide. Fans flooded the internet with messages like, "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Cardi deserves this energy." Offset watching this like grimacing face. Even celebrities reacted. Lizzo tweeted crying emojis, and Beyoncé's publicist reportedly called it one of the most heartfelt moments of the year. Offset remained silent for days, only posting a cryptic story, "Some lessons come late." Cardi's emotional confession. A few nights later, Cardi went live on Instagram. Dressed simply in a hoodie, her eyes still swollen from crying, she spoke from the heart. "Yo, I ain't gon' lie. Stefon really made me feel something I ain't felt in a long time. Not just love, but peace. Like, he reminded me that I'm human. That it's okay to cry, it's okay to be tired, it's okay to let somebody care for you." Her voice cracked as tears welled up again. "I didn't expect that. I didn't plan it. But, sometimes God sends people to remind you what you're worth." That clip alone got over 50 million views in 24 hours. The beginning of something real. In the weeks that followed, Cardi and Stefon were spotted more often together, courtside at games, walking through New York holding hands, even on a quiet vacation in the Bahamas. Though they didn't confirm their relationship publicly,